Welcome, I'm the Kaiji no Kami. I'm here at Denver Comic Con 2016 interviewing author Sue Duff. So Sue, what made you get into writing?
It was a way to avoid killing my teenage son.
Why did you choose to write in sci-fi and urban fantasy? How did you balance them?
Oh wow, that's really hard to say. I've always loved both genres, subgenres of speculative fiction, and when I went to kind of create a new kind of superhero, it was hard not to put a lot of science and sci-fi kind of aspects into it. And I just think it makes my protagonist, my whole story concept a little bit more unique than it would have been otherwise.
Interesting. Now, in seeing your dedication to researching the world and different elements of the story, how do you create such diversity with your characters?
I think that each one of them has a piece of my personality. And so when I decided who was going to be kind of the comic relief and who was going to be the actual hero and who was going to be the heroine, it just kind of felt that once I identified who was who, I just went with that aspect of my personality to focus on for each character. But yeah, they all definitely have a bit of me in them.
That's usually the best way to write the characters.
Oh, yeah. I know them all intimately well.
So, how do you feel you have evolved as a writer since your very first story?
Oh, I think that my storytelling is just improving with each and every book. I think it's more of the craft of writing that is so much better, even from the get-go, because, the very first novel I ever wrote had probably close to 30 drafts to it over several years. And every time I learned something new about writing, I applied it to my favorite book. And so it just kept getting rewrites and rewrites. But once I felt that it was good enough to actually publish, then from then on, it felt like things went so much smoother. So the second book only had like 5 or 6 different rewrites, and then the third book only had 2. So it went really fast after that.
I hate when you have to rewrite something over and over.
Yeah, think about it as a huge novel having to do it over and over.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Or even students will feel that way. They'll be like, what, I gotta rewrite it again?
Yeah, absolutely. I get that a lot too at my elementary school that I work at, because I'm a speech therapist in the Denver Public Schools. But it's great because even the special educators run over and say, how many drafts did you have? I have to go tell them that things are not perfect the first time.
That's hilarious. So, having faced your own challenges to become an author, what would you suggest to others wanting to take that journey?
I think that if you want to write, don't get caught up into whether or not you do it well, because even the most seasoned writers continue to just revise and learn each and every time. I think the main thing is, if you want to write, if you feel like you have something to say, do it. Just fall right into it, and you can make it what you want it to be. When I first started writing, it really was just to kind of express things that were not going really great in my life at the time, and I found that when I created this world that I had total control over, I didn't feel quite so out of control in my real life. And so for whatever reason you need to express yourself or get something out, just do it. I mean, there's a lot of closet writers out there that never see further than maybe a critique group or just their own computer screen, but that's okay, because I think there's a lot of writers out there in all of us. Yeah.
Oh yeah, even doing, like myself, doing scripts for my movie reviews, I have a lot of writing to do. And some students, because I'm also a substitute teacher for Douglas County, some of them think that you can just be on YouTube and not have to write anything. How do you have a response to that at all?
Well, I really, when I actually was a finalist in a writing contest, it was at that point, it was so pivotal for me to just get out there and decide I can really do this if I want it bad enough. But the other aspect was, I don't want to do it the fast and easy and quick way, because I was building a reputation for myself. And even if you go on to write the great American novel, those first few books and those first few works will still come back and bite you. And you don't want them to bite you in a bad way. You really want to put out good quality stuff because everything is so out there on the social media format anymore. And so I really took the time to learn the craft, learn how to write well before I made it very public. But I'm very proud of all my books now, and I'm winning awards, and I'm a finalist for Independent Writer of the Year this year. I mean, those things come because you want good quality, not just to get published as fast as you can.
Yeah, well, you never want to rush anything that you want to work with. Off topic of writing, where is your favorite place to visit?
Wow, there are so many places. I really love so much about the earth and the world. That's why I base my characters in contemporary earth, and space and earth sciences drives everything about my characters, my magical race, their powers. And I mean, Alaska and the Northern Lights was incredible when I was up there. Tahiti and the smaller islands of Tahiti and French Polynesia. I mean, there are so many wonderful places in this world. I hope that people just get out of their homes and out of their neighborhoods and just take the risk of going out and discovering all that this planet has to offer us.
You hear that, guys? It's definitely good to travel. Thank you. Until next time. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This